In this video, I'm going to be comparing the Covercraft Sunshade to the WeatherTech to try and help you to decide which one is right for you. The Covercraft retails for around $125 as of making this video, and the WeatherTech comes in at around $70 after taxes and shipping costs. Now when it comes down to it, both sunshades block the sun extremely well while keeping your interior cool and protected. The main differences between these sunshades is the material they're made out of, windshield coverage, but most importantly, how easily they are to fold up and store in your car. So with all that being said, let's hop into the side-by-side comparisons to help you to decide which one you would rather have. So the first area of comparison I'm going to share with you guys is how easy it is to put up both these sunshades and then how easy it is to pull them back out. So this is me putting up the Covercraft, and as you can see, super easy installation and fits in the windshield great. Now when you go to pull out this Covercraft, it's honestly easier than it is putting it in, because as you can see, folds up into a perfect little origami and then fits great behind your seat. Now taking a look at the WeatherTech, the same cannot be said as the Covercraft. It does not fold up into a perfect little origami, and it's just a little bit more difficult and of a hassle to have to handle and then throw in the back of your seat. Now just for context, I did want to show you guys a quick clip of me putting up the WeatherTech sunshade because it goes up just as easy as the Covercraft. It just doesn't tear down as well. And since we're on the topic of storage, I did want to show you guys how well both these sunshades fold up and store in the back of your vehicle. So as you can see, the Covercraft, since it folds up in that perfect origami, fits great in the back of your vehicle, takes up very minimal space. Whereas if we take a look at the WeatherTech, since it doesn't fold up as tightly and neatly, it does take up a little bit more space, and also take into consideration that this is in the back of a large SUV, whereas the other car is a small compact sedan. Okay, so let's take a look to see how well each of these sunshades fills the windshield. So this one right here is the WeatherTech, and it pretty much fills the windshield all the way. This is a very tiny little gap right here. Now you do have a big gap around the rearview mirror, which is the same for the Covercraft. And then again, if we look over here on the edge, completely fills the windshields, basically no gaps at all. So taking a look at the Covercraft sunshade, you do have slightly larger gaps around the edge of your windshield, which I would not expect because this sunshade is specifically made and custom made to fit your car. So I would expect, especially for how expensive this sunshade is, that these gaps would not be as large as they are. Again, you do have the gap around the rearview mirror, pretty common on most of these sunshades. And again, showing you the right side, you do have those much larger gaps around the edge. Now the next thing I wanted to show you guys is the type of material that these two sunshades are made out of. This is the WeatherTech, and as you can see, it's this like plasticky aluminum foil type of material, pretty common of what most sunshades are made out of. Whereas if we look at the Covercraft, as you can hear there, it's a hard like cardboard type of material, and then the back of it is this really nice cloth fabric backing. Overall, the Covercraft sunshade just feels way more premium and higher quality. But when it comes down to it, like I said, both sunshades keep the cars just as cool, and most importantly, they block the sun from damaging your interior. So at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to cost and how easy it is to maneuver and store each sunshade in your car. I bought the Covercraft for my car just because I wanted something that was super easy to maneuver and store in my vehicle. Most sunshades like the WeatherTech, they're a serious pain and annoyance to deal with, especially when you're using it on an everyday basis. Sure, the Covercraft is significantly more expensive, but to me, I find the extra cost worth it just for the sake of my sanity. Now that might sound a little petty, but if you've ever had a long day at work, the last thing you want to do is come out to your car and get into an all-out brawl and fight with your sunshade just because it won't fold up easily and let you leave. Like I said, all personal preference, but I did want to share my own personal take on which one I prefer, just to give you guys some food for thought, because, if you are using these sunshades on an everyday basis and having to deal with a sunshade that does not easily maneuver or easily fold up and store in your car, can become extremely annoying and just a nuisance. I'm talking from personal experience here. But as always, guys, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comment section below. But with that, thanks for watching and stay glamour.